If you've listened to our lead generation series, you'll know we've been exploring lead generation and how you can use it to successfully entice new customers to your business. In this episode, we'll define lead generation and go into the first critical component of successful lead generation. Is there an imbalance in your brand galaxy? A disconnect between the internal and external message of your brand? Introducing Masters of the Brandiverse, a weekly show where business leaders can find the marketing tools they need to catapult to the next level. Join co-host Nick Coleman and myself, Graham Skaggs, as we give you strategies and concepts to successfully build a powerful brand. Welcome to Masters of the Brandiverse. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
And if you like what you hear, leave us a comment below.
I have a quote from True Conversion here that says, lead generation is the collaborative process of tempting strangers to your site, warming them up as a potential customer, and getting them to spend on your products or services in order to boost your conversion rates. I think it's a really great description. One of the things I love about that is it describes lead generation as a collaborative process of tempting strangers to your site. And I think why I like that is because it tells you that lead generation is not an individual sport. It's a team sport. What do you think of that term, collaborative process, when you hear it?
I think of that you need more than one eyeball on what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. You need different thoughts, because if you have to write different landing pages, it seems like you need other people to look at it, kind of come up with different ideas. Mm-hmm. It's also something that requires different disciplines. Mm-hmm. Because someone can be really great at developing a website. Someone can be really great at creating content for that website. Someone else can be really great at creating ads. Someone can be really great at managing ads. Mm-hmm. So there's so many different disciplines that go into a lead generation campaign. So I can see why they would say it needs to be a collaborative effort.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing. And then it goes on, okay, if we look at this, lead generation is a collaborative process of tempting strangers to your site, warming them up as a potential customer, and getting them to spend on your products or services in order to boost your conversion rates. So when you sorry, were you?
No, I was saying, and that's what we were talking about earlier when you asked me about the definition. It's about nurturing them, and that's what it's saying there. Mm-hmm. That you're taking a cold audience and you're nurturing them and creating a warm lead, and eventually they're going to buy from you.
Exactly, yeah. And like when you're kind of like on our side of the business and you're actually creating actively campaigns and funnels, the way that you take a cold audience or strangers and turn them into a potential customer is we use steps, or it's a funnel. Mm-hmm. So I think the way that the funnel kind of works is that if someone's seeing you for the first time, that stage of the funnel is called awareness. Like they're just discovering your brand and building like a new relationship with you, basically.
Yeah, if we wanted to kind of take a step back and really describe awareness, it's like it's someone who's becoming aware that they have the problem. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's like someone who walks into their kitchen and they start noticing maybe a cabinet is starting to come loose. Like, I'm becoming aware that I'm having a problem with my kitchen. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to start looking up different type of tips on how to improve my cabinets.
Okay. So awareness for you is more than just finding out about a brand. It's also finding out about the problem that will drive you to that brand. Mm-hmm. I like that. It's a more holistic way to look at it. I hadn't really thought of it that way. Because I wonder if like how that kind of happens with Mercedes. You wake up one day and you're like, I have a style problem. I'm not cool enough.
That could be the case. Or like, or maybe what might be a good way to use that is like if, say I sell homes and I'm showing up in a lower end vehicle, and someone looks at, and I'm about to go and sell like a multi-million-dollar home, and someone looks at my car and is like,
okay.
Can you actually sell
Yeah.
this house? Can you sell this multi-million-dollar home?
Yeah.
Well, now all of a sudden they became aware that, oh, I have a problem about perception.
Yeah.
That even though I'm being frugal, maybe that person's frugal, like, oh, of course I can afford any car I want. I'm just being frugal. But now they became aware that, oh, I have a perception issue. So now I need to look at higher end vehicles, and because that's going to help me possibly improve my perception in the marketplace or improve my perception in front of potential customers. So you see how that kind of works. It's like what you said.
Yeah.
They became aware I'm not cool.
Yeah.
So I need to get this 67 Shelby. I'm going to be cool now, you know, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And being cool is expensive.
True.
Real expensive. So yeah, that makes sense. Awareness is on the part of the consumer is realizing you have the problem. Your brand can help them with that, right? A part of like fashion is you create a sense of fashion by creating an in group and an out group, and the people in the in group have access to a certain kind of clothing. It only works though if everyone else doesn't have access, right? And so you create that scarcity, you create that in club, that in-house, and so your brand can kind of create the problem it's going to solve, right?
You could totally do that.
So that's a part of its strategy too.
That's really good.
Well, people don't know that they have this problem, but a part of our branding is going to be making you aware of the problem you didn't know you ever had.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's right. And you just became aware that I can't get into every club.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a humbling.
Yeah. No, a lot of people do that really well. No, great point.
Thanks for listening to Masters of the Brandiverse. If you like this episode, hit the like button below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. In this episode, we talked about how you can use awareness to make your potential customer aware of the problem that your brand can solve. In the next episode, we'll discuss more about the next stages of lead generation and how they can be used to create effective brand strategy.